What's up, everyone? This is Ronnie just coming to you with a video today. We're going to talk about sourcing for eBay, mainly eBay. Um, you can do this for Amazon also, but we're mainly talking about eBay today. You just see so many things, I get a lot of questions on this. Are there any other websites or any other places to buy from other than thrift stores? And I think most eBay people get into it. They're sourcing mostly eBay. I mean, they're sourcing mostly from thrift stores, and if there's thrift stores put the price up a little bit, they complain about it, this and that, and it's thrift stores. The prices are going up. I mean, let's face it, they're not going down. If you've noticed, your thrift stores are loaded with people. Stuff moves. The economy is not as strong, so people go to thrift stores. They're looking for deals. Who doesn't look for deals? We know people are not going to retail stores as much as they were. You see them closing all over the place. Kmart's are closing. Sears are closing. Same stupid company are closing. You've seen over the years Best Buy struggling. I've seen Best Buy's close stores. Circuit City closed all their stores. Was it Circuit City? They were the second largest electronics store in the country. So people are looking for deals, and it didn't help that a few years ago there was a thrift shop song which got people involved in going to thrift stores too. It was one of the best songs of the year, I think. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about other places to source. Yes, I still got this tickle, this cough in my throat. It's not going away anywhere. It should be going away soon, hopefully. Summer's almost over. That's it. We're going to talk about some of the places to source. I had my little thing here. Some people in the chat. If there's any questions as I'm going through, because I'm going to go through this, and then at the end I'll answer any questions that anybody may have. So try to do all caps or question marks in front, and I'll try to catch them. That way, when I go back through, I'll be able to see and be able to recognize any questions or anything like that. But I see some people in the chat. Got Liz from LA, the Crazy Card, Crown Hustler, Henry. How you doing, Henry? Angela, Cincinnati Picker. All right. Garage Flips. Nice of all you guys to Lonnie, I love to skin cats. Skin them up. But I'm going to go in order. These are not in order of any way. I was just thinking off the top of my head. I hope I didn't miss any because I thought about it for a little bit of time. But one of my favorite places to source stuff from is estate sales. I love estate sales. Estate sales for me are, I just love going. I think I love the whole waiting to get in line and kind of getting there to get your item. Like you're in competition with the other resellers, because on a Friday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, there's 50 people in line at an estate sale around us. I can bet you 40 of those 50 people are resellers, without a doubt. And there's 5 or other, estate sales in the area maybe. So let me just show you one site that we use for estate sales. Is estatesales.net. And it's very easy. You have your country, you have your states here. There's 50 states. You can go anywhere you want. You can go to Alaska. So I mean, we're in Massachusetts. I mean, it's this easy. And it breaks it down to by cities here. You can see Barnstable town, all these Boston, blah, 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 some small areas. We're in Barnstable. We're in the Cape. You can see right here. Get back. Okay, the mouse did something. But anyway, you can see right here we have a sale Friday, Saturday. So there's only, there's only 4 sales this weekend. So I mean, you can look, there's pictures, which is always good. Tells you the times. There's Friday 7:30 to 3, Saturdays 9 to 1. You know, it tells you some things right here, like park on one side, do not park on the driveway, blah blah blah. Gives you a little idea usually of what they are. Sometimes you can get little more pictures, like if you go to their website here. You just scroll through the pictures and you can kind of get an idea, like here these figurines. Those are probably worth some money. It just depends on what they're selling stuff for, though, because you got to remember, estate sale is a company that's basically run to liquidate somebody's estate, um, and they're trying to get most money because they usually split the costs and stuff like that. They have to get their house ready for sale or ready for occupancy of somebody else. So, you know, you can go through here pretty quickly, and you know, you get an idea. Like these are probably Danska, maybe these pots and stuff like that. Electrolyte mixer here. I mean, you get an idea. You can look through the pictures and so on and so forth. Let's say, you can see where we are. We're over here in the middle. They're a little bit all over the place this weekend. But let's say if we wanted to go to Boston, get a better idea. There's a bunch in and around Boston today. You can see these orange ones. But you got Friday, Saturday. So you can get an idea. Some of these ones right here, the featured ones, are a little better than others. Just like mid-century. You get an idea of what you're looking for and go. You're going to pay a little bit more for things, but there's deals to be had at estate sales. Especially clothing. Clothing is sometimes overlooked. A lot of things are overlooked at estate sales. And you'll get accustomed to what places price decently and which ones don't price. Like which ones price like kind of crazy, and then you got to go there and wait for the half off day and this and that. A lot of the places around us don't do half off day. They're usually 2-day sales. Maybe the last hour or two they're half off, and by that time, literally, there's not much of value left unless you're, you know, most of the good stuff is gone and out the door pretty well. But I love estate sales. I use that website. I love it. You know, especially if we're going out of town, I'll check things out. Usually I'll check things out within a 3 or 4 mile radius. So I'll go on there and I'll spend maybe usually Wednesday or Thursday I'll go on and look, because sometimes they're late uploading them, and especially our area, they'll upload them late for whatever reason sometimes. And I'll look and see if there's anything interested. And I've come away with some great scores at estate sales. I mean, there's a few times where we've spent a few $100s and we probably walked away with $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 of profit of stuff, and made mistakes not buying other things too. So a lot of stuff out there, so never know. But all right, another one I love, and I use it occasionally. We go to some auctions. I don't go to as many auctions as I would like, but auctions. You go to regular auctions where they have stuff on tables and all kinds of junk, and you sit there and you raise your hand. I love auctions. For the longest time, I was overwhelmed and scared by them, and I went to auctions where I got the Coke sign. I got a few Coke signs at auction and just got into it. You know, just depending on what other people are there, prices can be all over the place. Prices can be well over retail to way under. It just depends on who's there, how well the advertising by the companies are. There's this site that you can use for that one. I use auctionzip.com, and they'll also talk about everything, and everything will come up there with like stuff from houses to like tax sales and stuff like that. I was recently looking at some stuff from my brother in that area because there was a tax sale where he was, and we were looking at some houses possibly to flip. You can see right here, this is the auctionzip.com website. I mean, it has your mileage thingy here. I mean, if you put like, so go right here, and we'll just search 50 miles of the area, and you can see right here there's 5 auctions, 3, 2, 2. You know, there's auctions almost every night. Like if we look here for tonight, there's auction here. They don't have any pictures. I don't even know what that's about. That's a horse auction. You see, you get pictures of all, I mean, all different kind of things. Like some of these ones right here. General merchandise, collectibles, antiques. Sounds interesting enough. I mean, you got some furniture, and everything is not what, there's always more stuff than that, what is shown. Some older furniture, just all kinds of weird stuff. Rugs. A lot of furniture stuff, pictures on this one here. Some toys, helmet, symbols, a sled if you want to play Santa. I mean, video games. More stuff. Vintage coats, more jackets. I mean, furniture, all kinds of things here. Bookends, banks, air conditioners, everything and everything. A refrigerator. I mean, this place has everything. This one, but you can look around and see what's in your area, and you can go through. See if we like. Right. Let's go back to this one here. Let's see. View listing. And you can get an idea right here. It tells you the time, place. You can go ahead of time and check out the previews and see if it's worth it. Like here, gives you times for your previews. A lot of time you got to see if they have cash. Sometimes they give discount for cash. There's a buyer's premium also with estates. So let's say you bid $100 on something. It might be 10%, which 10% is $10. So you just got to be aware that some will charge tax too. So you got to make all that aware. When we got all our signs and stuff, there's a buyer's premium, I think, of 15%, and then another 8% tax. So it's like 23% added onto it. So you do have to take that into mindset and remember that too. But box slots, people talk about them, people love them, people do good with them. So auctions are another one. And then you get into auctions, you want to talk about like storage auctions. I've never done a storage auction. I've looked at a few, didn't see anything that was anything interested. Like it just was like one of those things like, a lot more work, I think, than I would have wanted to do. I don't have the space for it either now. I think if I maybe had the warehouse, we have access to a 26-foot box truck if we really need it with a lift gate. I could unload a storage unit pretty quickly if I had a place to put the stuff and go through it on my time. Because a lot of those places you got to have a certain amount of time to get stuff out, or you rent the unit again, so on and so forth. And have to get rid of the junk and everything. Seems like a lot of work. But people do well. Jory does well up in Canada. Another thing is flea markets. Flea markets are a great place to buy stuff. If you're in Florida, flea markets are not that great, depending on where you are probably. I know when we were in Orlando, flea markets are not where you technically think of a flea market of people just rolling up, throwing stuff out of their car. Flea markets I like are more like what you would consider almost a car boot sale. People set up a table, people roll their car up, and it's basically they're selling all the kinds of goodies that they have. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I love flea markets though. Another place that people strictly do with yard sales and whatever you want to call them, garage sales, tag sales, depending on what part of the country you live in. But yard sales are awesome. Yard sales, you just never know what you're going to get. But then again, if it's something in the title, video games, and anything that might catch somebody's eye, they're calling. the days before to try to get those items ahead of time if possible. I do it all the time. If I see something at a yard sale and I see it maybe on a Wednesday, I'm looking through and I see somebody say, "Hey, I got video games," or I got it even, especially if they have pictures of it, I'm calling them to see if I can buy that item ahead of time. Hey, I'm a cash buyer. Or you leave them an email and hopefully they try to call you back. I'm a cash buyer. What are you looking for that item? I'm willing to pick it up today, cash in hand. No questions asked. A lot of times people call you back. People want to get rid of stuff. That's why they're having a yard sale. They know they may get rid of it earlier, but that's a good way to get inventory too. Another way is like liquidation websites and stuff like that. There's a lot of companies out there. You can search for these companies by using Google and going online, searching Craigslist and stuff like that. But there's a lot of liquidation companies. I'm not very familiar with a lot of them. I've talked to a few in the past. There's a company close to us that gets some clothing liquidations, but when they want you to buy a truckload of basically a Patagonia for about $100,000, it's a little too much money for me to be spending. And once again, I don't have that kind of space. Where am I going to put a truckload of stuff? Not now. Don't have the space. But it's a great way to get inventory, and you get lots of inventory. You don't have to go out, and you can make it happen. But you have to, it's definitely a way to spend. You got to have the cash flow to do that. You got to have the cash up front. Basically, another way, and I do this often enough. If you look at our store, we're probably 20 to 25% newer tag items. Is retail stores. Retail stores clearance stuff. Sometimes they price stuff. They get stuff that's not really great in your market, but it might sell somewhere else. Like they do this a lot with sports jerseys. We live in New England. All of a sudden, we'll get a bunch of maybe Derek Carr Oakland jerseys. Guess what? Nobody here is fucking with Oakland. So those jerseys may go on sale. Then you pick them up. You sell them for a better price because somewhere over in California is going to want them. So you can do that, and it works pretty well. But these stores like Ross, we don't have a Ross near us. I think the nearest Ross for us is like 8 hours or something like that. There's no Rosses near it. Burlington Coat Factory does pretty. It's not bad. It's hit or miss. TJ Maxx and Marshalls are where I usually do most of my retail sourcing from, especially with the yellow tag events. Twice a year they do semi-annual clearance. Right now is one of them this month, and they get rid of all their summer stuff. It's not as good. The winter one is better because you can get rid of. You'll have winter jackets. You'll have jeans. A lot of like wintry items that cost more money, and people spend more money. So when you get them at a cheaper price, there's more profit margin. Boots, that kind of thing. I love it more. Summertime, I do go there and do check it out, but I don't buy as much. And there's certain TJ Maxx stores. They're called like On the Runway or something like that, and they have even a designer sections in there where you'll see. You see Gucci. I've seen Louis Vuitton stuff before. Some of it might be past seasons. Some of it might be missing the original price tags. But there is good stuff and good money to be made. You may have to pay a little bit more, but there's good stuff there. And you have to kind of pick and choose what you want to buy to spend your money on. Some of it you may sit on for a while. Some of it sells extremely fast. It's kind of a lot of that stuff, though, as you go through the clearance stuff. There's TJ Maxx's everywhere. There's Marshalls everywhere. They get a lot of the same stuff. So it's kind of the race to get the stuff online and sell it. Since I'm not hurting for money at all, I will get stuff on. I will price it at what I want, and if it takes 6 months to sell something, it takes 6 months to sell something. I'm not worrying about it all that much. I'm not going to make or break and die, But another way you can get stuff is from websites like eBay. eBay is a great place to source stuff. I think most people will source stuff from there on time. Go from time to time, buy stuff. A lot of people sell stuff at auction. Auctions are a great way to get stuff on eBay. People underprice stuff all the time. You just have to be quicker than the other person to get it. There's people I've known in the past, and I've talked to them, that do almost 100% sourcing his stuff from eBay and they sell it back on eBay, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, if you lived in an area where your thrift stores were not really popping that well, you could do that. You could make money selling online so many different ways, and you could do this from anywhere. It can be done. Other places you can get stuff at Craigslist. Craigslist is, it's somewhat not as well as it used to be, but still a great place to buy stuff. OfferUp, Let's Go, sometimes your local newspaper, the penny saver. Uh, you know, Lately I've been buying a lot of signs lately, and I've actually been getting them from antique stores. And what I do is I'll call the antique store, especially if I'm going, like, let's say I'm going to Maine. I'll go onto Google and I'll kind of do a search of antique stores in the area, and then I'll go to Google and I'll try to, and they show pictures of this thrift antique stores, and you go through there, and then I'll call them and be like, hey, just calling ahead, just seeing, do you have any vintage advertising? What do you have? Get an idea to which ones in stock, because I'm looking for a specific item. I don't want to spend too much time going to stores if they don't have what I want. So that is what I like doing for that reason. So, I mean, if there's any questions from anybody, but there's always money to be made. The Judgment Day, I doubt that. I very much doubt that. They've been there before and they've been there after. I learned them from another reseller myself that made videos, so good luck with that one. Have you ever tried promoted listings yet? I've tried some promoted listings on some of the newer tag stuff we had, and tell you the truth, I don't know how well it went. But I haven't had time to really look into it. I will soon. Been trying to get my listings up. We're trying to get back to 500, but we've been selling, and it's been a little. It just takes. We're selling stuff. You sell stuff, you can't list stuff. It's kind of crazy. But I want to be probably around 750 by the end of the year, which is not a lot, but most of our items we sell over $50 and stuff like that. Oh, consignment stores are another place to buy stuff. I have this right here. I'm looking right at it. Picked this up the other day. This is one of those space maker thingies. People have talked about these. I've never found one. This is new in the box. People love those things. I don't know what it is. That should be about $200. And I paid $40 for it at a consignment store. So pretty crazy. But that's it. Bucks for it at a consignment store. So pretty crazy. And I don't know why I just come on all of a sudden with my voice. But if there's no more questions, I'll end it now. I'm very good at treasure pirate. I mean, I would bet it can work anywhere, just depending on where you are. My wife's telling me it's almost time for lunch. You know what? There's a lady around me that goes to the dump and buys stuff and gets stuff there. So, I mean, I've heard other people talking about it, getting stuff from the dump. I'm not sure if there's going to be a resale post show tonight. I've kind of took shows off for the month because I'm just so damn busy. I got so much going on. It's hard for me to get into a show with so much going on. I'm tired, and it's just hard to really focus on try to come up with topics constantly. As I think we've done every topic 3 times over. So, you know. But with that being said, see you guys later. Have a good day. Hopefully, you guys will see more of me. Come back with a few different little videos here and there. But like, comment, subscribe. See you guys later. Have a good day.